What's up everyone, welcome back to Switchcraft, and it's a great day to be a gamer. And 2019 is the year I finally get into fighting games. I don't think I'm alone when I say that I'm not really that into fighting games. Before Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, the fighting game I played most was probably the original on the N64. Sure, I've farted around with Marvel vs. Capcom, ARMS, Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat 2, Soul Calibur, Tekken, and even Virtua Fighter. But it's always the same. Cool at first, a bunch of button mashing, and then the same boring repetitive stages and characters, and never really getting that good. 5 to 10 hours in, and I'm on to the latest and greatest of the platformers or the RPGs for weeks or months at a time. But today, I'm going to give fighting games a chance. 2019 is already shaping up to be spectacular when it comes to the fighting genre, with Mortal Kombat 11, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and the hours and hours I got left in Smash Bros. Ultimate. I realized that I don't treat the genre fairly. I wasn't great at Breath of the Wild when I first laid hands on it. I didn't even know what a stomp jump throw cappy jump off cappy jump was when I started Super Mario Odyssey. And I sure as hell couldn't understand what was going on in the first few confusing hours of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I knew there were already masters out there for each of the games, but that didn't stop me. I came back over and over and got better and better, and have ended up investing hundreds of hours into each of those games. It now seems so obvious to say this, but I like the games way more that I've played the crap out of them, and now I'm pretty good at them and know all their details and secrets than I did when I first got them. So, I'm gonna give this new-to-me genre a fair shot. I gotta give a gentleman by the name of Patrick Miller credit for opening my mind. He's a game designer who's obviously a fan of fighting games, and whose recent essay got me thinking. I don't know him or anything, but consider checking him out on either Twitter, Patreon, and Twitch. I've left links to all of those outlets in the description below. He's outlined some steps that we can take in order to help change our minds, and here's my plan. Step 1 is pick a fighting game. With so many amazing fighting games coming out, I'm going to be blocking off 2019 into chunks where I can focus on and actually get good at a single game. First up, I gotta take Super Smash Bros. Serious. I'm going to be focusing on that in the first quarter of 2019. I'm then going to give both Mortal Kombat 11 and Power Rangers Battle for the Grid their time in the spotlight. Step 2. Play that game. Perhaps the most obvious, but also the one I may have ignored in the past. I'm not going to worry about picking a main who's statistically and arguably the best character before I even turn on my Switch. I'm not going to overanalyze strategy YouTube videos. I'm not going to buy an arcade stick. I'm not going to only do the single player and avoid the multiplayer. Nope. I'm going to take some advice and just play the game however I want. Patrick thinks a big mistake people make is listening to the pros talk about how they wish they had learned to play fighting games the right way, because they would have gotten better faster. Turns out this might be terrible advice, because it's not very fun. You end up feeling bad and ultimately burn out. Not gonna lie, I've fallen into this trap a bunch of times. Especially with a game like ARMS for the Switch. I thought I'd copy the repetitive and technical play of all of the pros to get good. A couple hours later, I was right back to playing Mario Kart 8, having not won a single online match. Something that Mario Kart does very well, as do most other games in other genres, is they let you experience some success and let you get better at the game naturally. Look at Mario Odyssey, for example. My first time through the Sand Kingdom, I entered this 2D section, made my way through, jumping and stomping like in any other 2D games, with a sense of accomplishment. But then, by the time I came back a couple hours later, I did a stomp jump, wall jump, cappy jump to get to the same spot in a fraction of the time and feeling like a boss. Fighting games always made me feel like I could only be an expert or a noob. Instead, I'm going to be consistent, get better as I take my lumps, but stick with it for the long term. Then, step 3 is perhaps the most out of my comfort zone. I'm going to enter a tournament. It doesn't have to be EVO or anything like that, although I'm not ruling that out. Instead, now that most of my friends have Switches, it could be as simple as getting a bunch of them together, everyone putting $5 on the line, and then, having a nice friendly battle to the death. Smash Bros. Ultimate couldn't make tournaments any easier to host, and I'm going to take advantage of this. While there be quite a few 2-and-outs, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to come back better, because it's fun. Same goes for online play. Maybe it's time I start joining in on all of the awesome YouTube creators playing with their viewers. I think I'm the only one who cares that I'm not that good. But that means I only have to convince one person to swallow my pride and give it a shot. Me. Patrick makes this point, and I think he's really onto something. Hanging out and interacting, talking trash and celebrating knockouts, playing with others is the best part of fighting games. So that's what I'm going to do, and I hope to see you on the battlefield one day as I make 2019 the year I finally get into fighting games. It's a great day to be a gamer. Switchcraft out.